There are moments in life when we all depend on something or someone simply because everyone else does. We rarely stop and ask ourselves, is this really the right thing? That is exactly what happened thousands of years ago in the village of Vrindavan. Every year, the villagers worshipped Lord Indra, the god of rain. They believed that if they didn't, their crops would fail, their cattle would suffer, and their lives would fall apart. It wasn't because they understood why. It was because that's how it had always been done. Then came a young boy named Krishna. Instead of following the crowd, he asked a simple question. Why are we worshipping Indra? Isn't Govardhan Hill the one that gives us fertile land? Isn't it the forests that provide fruits and shade? Isn't the grass feeding our cows? And isn't the water from these rivers keeping us alive? Shouldn't we be grateful for the blessings we can actually see every day? At first, the villagers were surprised. No one had ever questioned this tradition before. But Krishna wasn't asking them to disrespect anyone. He was teaching them to think with gratitude instead of fear. Inspired by his words, the people decided to worship Govardhan Hill instead. When Lord Indra heard this, his pride was deeply hurt. He wasn't upset because people had done something wrong. He was upset because his ego had been challenged. And isn't that something we still see today? Sometimes people become angry not because we've harmed them, but simply because we didn't do what they expected. Pride has a way of making us believe the world revolves around us. Filled with anger, Indra unleashed a terrifying storm. Dark clouds covered the sky. Thunder echoed across the land. Lightning flashed endlessly. Rain poured down so heavily that it seemed as if the entire village would be washed away. The winds were so strong that trees bent to the ground. Children cried. Families ran in panic. The cows trembled with fear. At that moment, nobody cared about status, wealth, or power. They just wanted someone to protect them. So they ran to Krishna. And Krishna didn't panic, didn't shout, didn't blame anyone. He simply smiled. Calmly, he walked towards Govardhan Hill. Then, with nothing more than the little finger of his left hand, he lifted the entire mountain into the air, as if it weighed nothing at all. He called out to everyone, "Come here, bring your families, bring your children, bring your animals. You are all safe beneath this hill." One by one, the villagers gathered underneath. The rain couldn't touch them. The wind couldn't reach them. The lightning couldn't harm them. For 7 days and 7 nights, Krishna held that mountain without showing even the slightest sign of struggle. Now think about that for a moment. Krishna didn't use his strength to prove he was powerful. He used his strength to protect others. And that is what makes someone truly great. Today, many people think strength means winning arguments, having more money, more followers, more influence, or proving everyone else wrong. But Krishna teaches us something completely different. Real strength is helping someone when they need you, standing beside your family during difficult times, protecting people who cannot protect themselves, remaining calm when everyone around you is losing control, because anyone can show power. Very few people choose compassion. Eventually, Lord Indra realized his mistake. He understood that his pride had blinded him. He stopped the storm, walked to Krishna, bowed his head, and asked for forgiveness. Krishna forgave him immediately, not because Indra deserved it, but because forgiveness is stronger than revenge. And maybe that's another lesson we all need today. Every single day, we face situations where our ego tells us to react, to argue, to prove a point, to always be right. But Krishna reminds us that humility isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Sometimes, the strongest person in the room is the one who stays calm, the one who forgives, the one who chooses kindness over pride. So the next time life gives you a choice between showing your power or protecting someone's peace, remember Krishna lifting Govardhan Hill, because असली ताकत दूसरों को हराने में नहीं, उनकी रक्षा करने में होती है. And perhaps that's why this story has survived for thousands of years. Not because Krishna lifted a mountain, but because he lifted the hearts of everyone who believed that true greatness comes from humility, courage, and compassion.